Assalamualaikum, my name is BPMN3123, MSc number 289253. Now, I will be discussing the article Factoring Ethics in Technology, which is focused on ethical considerations of using virtual reality or VR in online educations, particularly in the business world. This topic has become especially relevant due to the COVID-19 pandemic, which has accelerated the adoption of online learning. VRs offer significant benefits in education by providing immersive and interactive learning experience. However, like any technological advancement, it also brings several ethical concerns that we need to address. There are main ethical issues identified with VR in education. Firstly is privacy and confidentiality. Second is surveillance. Third is psychological impact. And the last one is equity and access. Now, let's briefly discuss these issues in the general terms. VR technology raises concerns about data privacy and security. It allows intensive monitoring of a students' activities, prompting questions about the balance between oversight and privacy. The immersive nature of VR can have a psychological effects on users, and there are challenges in ensuring all students have equal access to the required equipment and technologies. The article makes several recommendations to address these ethical issues. Firstly is enhanced communications among all stakeholders, including educators, students, technical staff, and administrators. Second is investigates VR technologies to identify and mitigate security threats, protecting users' privacy. Next is provide training for both learner and educator on the proper and safe use of VR. Lastly is develop technical support system. Is establish a dedicated technical support service for a real-time assistance with VR issues. Next, we will discuss the ethical issues associated with the use of VR reality in online learning. Firstly, privacy and confidentiality are major concerns. Recording, storing, and sharing personal information in VR can infringe on the user's privacy. This can take advantage of their behavior, value, and emotions. This lack of privacy can prevent both students and teachers from freely experimenting with a different aspect of their personalities in the digital spheres. Another significant issue is monitoring. The desire to oversee students' interactions can lead to the feeling of being watched, creating insecurities and uneasiness. Although this helps in tracking performance, it also causes discomfort among students and teachers. Third is free speech versus hate speech. In a VR environment, free speech can sometimes turn into hate speech. These include threatening, obscene, or harassing messages, as well as discriminations, sexism, or racism. It's crucial for teachers to ensure that virtual classrooms are safe and non-nervous, just like a face-to-face classroom. Next, we have security concerns. VR system can be hacked, leading to disruptions and security breaches. For example, a hacker could access a VR class and cause trouble, putting a students' and teachers' information at risk. School must be carefully examines the histories of VR producer and device to avoid security risks. Lastly, there are social and ethical concerns. VR can cause mental health issues like anxiety or disorientations due to its immersive nature. Also, constant surveillance and data protections are significant worries. For example, extended use of VR might lead to severe anxiety for some students.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Nurainisa binti Ismail and my metric number is 286532. I will continue the presentation with the discussion on 3.1 of the Analyze the Ethical Issue. For the first issue that has been found on the article is privacy and confidential. The user's privacy might be threatened if this data is handled improperly in the virtual reality. To guarantee the user's trust and confidentiality, developers must have strong data protection policies in place as well as clear user agreements. For the second issues that has been found on the article is weak security protocol, which the weak security protocol might expose them to online attacks and create safety and security concern. And their sensitive user data sent over the internet might be stolen by unauthorized parties in the absence of effective encryption. And the third issue that has been found is relationship and social norm. Not having a good relationship and social norm will have an impact on their social and communicating skill, and this will change the social interaction since it combines virtual and real world experience. And it also will affect them on the user's capacity to negotiate relationship and social norm. Last but not least, the ethical issue that has been found on the article is technology dependence. Too much dependence on the technology will hinder the growth of critical thinking and practical skills, and this will prevent them from fixing problems practically and prevent them interacting with other persons in real life. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Aziza Atira. My matric number 285112. So I will continue to the next part, which is demonstrate the ability to apply with the ethical theory and concept. So there are 4 theory in this part. First is utilitarianism theory. Utilitarianism has been called a consequence approach to ethics and social policy. We should act in a way that produce better consequences than the alternative. A consequence ethical theory aims to minimize suffering and maximize happiness for all. It opposes policies benefiting only a small minority. Virtual reality integration in online courses can enhance students' learning experience, improve retention rate, and enhance understanding of a difficult subject. However, accessibility and affordability must be considered to ensure all students can engage without exclusion. Second theory is ethic theory. Ethic theory is the quest to understand, live a life for a more character. This character based on approach to morality assume that we acquire virtue through practice. For example, by practicing being honest, brave, just, generous, and many more. According to Aristotle, virtue ethic theory suggests that honing virtuous habits helps individuals make ethical choices. This theory can be applied to virtual reality in online education, where care and empathy are crucial. This quality help create compassionate and inclusive learning environments, considering students' background and learning styles. By focusing on empathy, technology can enhance learning and address accessibility issues, and promoting holistic student growth. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nurul Fatia Mintik Umar, my matric number is 284782. Then moving to the next point, which is equity and diversity. Equitable teaching means that the outcomes of our teaching are fair and just, regardless of the differences that students bring to the classroom. Recognizing that all people, regardless of age, gender, sexual orientation, or any other attribute, have a right to just and equitable treatment is a prerequisite for embracing equity and diversity. An equity and diverse course design recognize that every student learns differently and requires adaptable methods to demonstrate their knowledge. It is well planned, flexible, and interesting method of instruction. When designing and developing course materials, this method takes into account not only the learning styles of the students but also their abilities, limitations, health preferences, and other resources. Therefore, how university administration can implement equity and diversity through online courses. One of them is can develop assistive technologies. For example, for students who are blind, screen readers can convert text and image displayed on the screen into speech or touch. And for students that cannot type, assistive keyboards can help overcome motor function impairments. So on top of that, implementing equity and diversity also give advantages in higher education, which is we can indirectly help people in need and make everyone feel safe to learn among community. And the last point for this part is behaviorism theory. A learning theory called behaviorism is centered on observable behavior that is quantifiable and enforceable. According to behaviorism, learning is a stimulus response process in which students are taught how to react to certain stimuli. Behaviorism theory can be used for online learning by creating learning activities with explicit goals, constructive criticism, and reinforcement. For example, learners can enhance their performance and reinforce their learning with the use of online quizzes and evaluation that offer instant feedback. One of main benefit of behaviorism in instructional design is that provide clear and specific objective and criteria for learning and assessment. Behaviorism assists teachers and students in focusing on what is observable and quantifiable, as well as in tracking and assessing achievement by outlining the desirable behaviors and the circumstances in which they should occur. Moreover, the goal of behavioristic approach is to assist students in achieving predetermined learning objectives. From e-learning, they can exhibit the desired behaviors that indicate learning has indeed occurred.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nurul Nabila binti Yusri. My metric number is 284832. I will continue the presentation with the next part, which is find appropriate ethical theories or concept learn to link with ethical issues. For the first ethical issues that can link with the ethical theories, privacy and confidentiality. To ensure privacy and confidentiality in VR environment, developers should implement technological safeguards, communicate clearly, and adhere to strict legal and ethical guidelines. Feedback mechanism and industry partnership can improve data privacy procedure, establish user trust, and prioritizing data privacy regulation on user welfare. Next, for the ethical issue with security, to ensure a secure learning environment in VR system, comprehensive security measures like end-to-end encryption, user education, and strict access control mechanisms are essential. These measures restrict access based on user roles, update permission regularly, and implement audit logs. Visual ethics, promoting accountability, kindness, and honestly, can also improve security standard. Then, for mental and physical ethical issues, VR creators should promote balanced contents, social feature, and mixed reality experience to protect user well-being. Community building, mindfulness exercise, and in-app support can offer mental health care. VR developers should prioritize user well-being and foster a sense of community. Utilitarian ethics recommend ergonomic system, usage instructions, and breaks reminders to improve user experience and well-being in VR platform. Furthermore, for ethical issues, equality and accessibility, to ensure equality and accessibility in virtual reality technology, strategies like lending libraries, promoting cost-effective solution, and providing internet connection support are needed. Advocacy and policy change can secure resources for fair access. Institutions can use egalitarianism theories to close the digital gaps by providing better internet access and affordable VR solutions. Next, ethical issues, relationship, and social norms. To effectively use virtual reality for social interaction, strategies should promote balanced usage and meaningful face-to-face interaction. These include integrating social skill, training, raising awareness about technology use, setting time management guidelines, and building supportive communities. Continuous research and evaluation can inform intervention that enhance social skill and relationship. Virtual theories can be used to encourage users to cultivate social values and improve their social skill and moral behavior. Last but not least, ethical issues, technology dependence. A balanced strategy should be employed to maximize the benefit of virtual reality in education, incorporating social and emotional learning, problem-based learning, and VR into traditional teaching methods. Teachers should receive support and ongoing assessment to optimize the educational experience, align with technological determinism, and evaluating how technology influence educational method and outcomes. That's all from me. Thank you.
In conclusion, it can be stated that VR has potential benefits in the field of online education and learning. However, it has its drawback concerning ethical issues, which should be addressed by future investigations and policy making. It is hence imperative that educational institutions develop a broad strategy to address these ethical issues. Thus, they can use the VR to improve the learning process at the same time create a safe, non-discriminatory, and ethical learning environment. VR can adapt content based on individual learning style and progress, offering personalized educational experience that cater to diverse student needs. VR also fosters the development of critical skills such as problem solving, decision making, and teamwork through interactive and experiential learning scenarios. Over time, VR technology may become more cost-effective, potentially reducing the expenses associated with the field trips, physical equipment, and specialized training. Thus, the future of VR in education is contingent upon how well we manage to address these ethical issues in a proper and efficient manner. Next, I will continue with explore the ethical lessons learned from the use of virtual reality technology in online education. First is privacy and confidentiality. One of the foremost ethical concerns with the VR in education is the management of personal data. VR environments collect a vast amount of behavioral and emotional data from users. To protect privacy and maintain confidentiality, strict privacy policies and consent mechanisms are essential. Users must trust that the data is handled responsibly, underscoring the need for robust data protection measures. Second is security protocol. The openness of VR system to online attack highlight the critical importance of stringent security measure. Safeguarding users' personal information against breaches is paramount. Encryptions and comprehensive security protocol are necessary to ensure that integrity of educational contents and protects users' data from unauthorized access. Next is mental and physical wellness. VR's immersive nature raises concerns about its impact on users' mental and physical health. The realistic experience offered by VR can potentially lead to the mental health issues if not managed carefully. It is imperative to design VR experience that prioritize user safety and incorporates measures to mitigate any adverse effects on well-being. Next is equity and access. Accessibility to VR technology in education must address disparities between students from different socioeconomic backgrounds. Ensuring equitable access is important to providing equal educational opportunities. Efforts should focus on bridging the digital divides and enabling all students to benefit from modern educational technologies. Lastly, social norm and relationships. The integrations of VR into educational setting reshapes social norms and interactions among students and teachers. Ethical guidelines and training are essential to ensure that these interactions respect participants' rights and do not lead to unintended consequences. Regulations of VR use in education should promote its supportive role in enhancing traditional teaching method and teachers' effectiveness.